Greg, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Duncan Robinson out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. Harris looking it over. Cunningham outside. Thompson a screen on Pritchard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaylen Brown.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of this game.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
He's off on the first. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, player almost a decade younger. And Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. If he can fit in defensively, he could be a long-term contributor, guys.
Yeah, he's more than capable. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
On the clock. Here's White. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, that's a smart shot by White. Most of the times, teams will give you the mid-range.
Thompson looking for an opening. Cunningham gets the bucket.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's White. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Cunningham with it. He's covered by Pritchard. During the pass to Thompson. Pistons passing it around. To the paint. Here's Cunningham. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. You know, Stan, when you talk about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses, what impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also, his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. You know, Greg, after struggling with injuries to start his NBA career, Cade Cunningham is figuring it out.
And the former #1 overall pick in 21, last season his first All-Star appearance, and he's only getting started.
Well, we've seen an uptick in volume from White at the arc. He's more confident than ever from that range.
2 points, that one goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Walsh can't get it to go. And here's Thompson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Duren a screen. The rebound by Cade. And so White will bring it up for Boston. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Here's what Boston's head coach had to say when we spoke earlier. I asked him what his thoughts were on Cade Cunningham, and he said Cade is extremely talented. He's got great size. He plays under control. He's one of those guys that makes his teammates better. It's easy to see why he initiates so much of their offense. Kevin, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. Now Robinson, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Robinson passes to Duren, and it's blocked. White looking around, pass to Pritchard. Here's Cade, and here's Brown outside. Wow, came this close to a four-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
A talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
Reset.
And he knocks down the first one. Now upon a really intriguing part of the season, Greg, it seems we've seen enough to give these teams some kind of identity.
I tell you, if teams are still searching for an identity, it's fair to say things probably aren't going well.
He doesn't get the second one. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list, 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's tough to beat that as an accomplishment, Kevin. To win your team a championship and be the biggest part of it. But what I love about Jaylen Brown is the consistency of what he's done throughout his career. This guy has been good for a long time, and he's still got a long way to go.
Now, here's Cunningham. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Atlanta. Over Pritchard. They grab their own miss. And Duren slams it in.
Well, the numbers will show that Duren is one of the top offensive rebounders in the game. He is a high-motor player.
Brown the pass to Cade. Now here's White. Brown sets a screen for White. No good on the triple. Cunningham against Pritchard. Thompson a screen on Pritchard. Out to Harris. Cunningham for 3. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
The former #1 pick, Cunningham has dealt with some injuries, but when he's healthy, he's always a factor.
Taking 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3.
Well, it's his heart and leadership that set Cunningham apart. He's never given you less than 100%, and he's always playing to win.
And the second free throw, good. And he can't make it 3 for 3. You look at the Pistons stand, statistically pretty solid across the board.
Yeah, they're well balanced. They have guys with size, athleticism, skill. You got to give a lot of credit to the front office and these players for their hard work.
Here's Cunningham. He's got 8. Pass to Duren. Pistons passing it around. And here is Harris. Outside Robinson. Cunningham outside. Tries again. Count the basket. Cunningham's got 10.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Pritchard passes to White. A floater, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. I know some would classify Derek White as underrated. Stan, what's your read on him?
Well, Kevin, I would say he was underrated for a long time, but now I think we've all gotten smarter, and we all realize Derek White is one of the best guards in this league, period. I don't think he's underrated anymore, and I just think it took us a long time to catch up with how good he is. Well, White is such a well-rounded player. He can run the offense, act as an off-ball threat, he sets screens, and he's an all-defensive team level player. He checks a lot of boxes.
And both free throws good for White. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
Here's Walsh. 20 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and I thought he was locked in defensively. I think he had like 3 steals on the night.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And here's Brown outside. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. He's had a few chances at the line, 1 of 3 in the game.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
3 shots.
That free throw good from Brown.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Pritchard against Cunningham. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
For Boston, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Outside, White. Pritchard sets a screen for White. It's good from long range. White's got 15 points.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, the defender's a little bit out of position, but that's what Cunningham will do to you. He works every angle.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Boston.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
The Celtics making a switch here. Simons is checked in. And so Cunningham nails both of them. For Boston, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Back to Simons. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Duran with the screen on Simons. Here's Duran. 14 points from him the last game against Atlanta. Robinson for 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Boston leading by 3. They set the pick. And stolen by Thompson. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks a lot. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Kevin, back to you.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And Detroit has possession. After the basket by Boston, Thompson passes to Duran. Cunningham inside, covered by Simon. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And White kicks to Simons. From deep, Duran pulls it in. Duran's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Robinson, and it's sent back by White.
On defense, how valuable is White? He's a guard who can protect the rim.
Pass to Cade. On the wing, Brown. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the first.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
1:41 left here in the opening quarter. Outside, White. Here's Walsh, guarded by Harris. 3-pointer, Simon. Drains the 3-pointer. Simons has got 6.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Well, physical play by Duran at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
And so Simons will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Brown, the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Both teams will make substitutions. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Take a look at the Pistons. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And of course, Boston, they're sitting in 3rd place.
And I think for the Pistons, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, and it's to no one's surprise. This is a well-run, well-coached organization. They have a strong culture. They're going to be a tough out for anyone.
Holland, no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Hauser the pass to Simons. Outside, White. And it's Hauser in the corner. And again, Boston with the triple.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the 3s in time.
Now, here's Ivy. He had 10 points in the win against Atlanta. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Derek White has been on display for the Boston Celtics. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
We've got Anthony Simon. There's Boucher out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Shireman in at the two-guard spot. That's the Boston 5. Celtics leading by 3. Rebound by the Pistons. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
Yeah, it was an all-around excellent performance, and one I'm sure they'd like to replicate tonight.
Boston has gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Hauser finds Simon. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Now Ivy, nothing on the board. There's the screen. Driving in, lays it up off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 1.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And sadly, Jaden Ivey's 2025 season coach was cut short by injury.
Yeah, it was really too bad, Kevin, because he was having a great year and an improving year as the time went on. This guy's just getting better and better. Both his shooting is improving and his decision-making, and it was a shame he didn't get to see that through to the end.
Now here's Jenkins. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Simons against Ivy. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to LeVert. Looking for Stewart, he gets it there. The Pistons working the ball around now. Shots good by Jenkins.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Celtics trail by 4. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Boston making some changes. Walsh is checked in. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Sam Hauser. Detroit also making some changes. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. Robinson comes in for Jaden Ivey. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. So it's the Celtics now. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Here's Brown. Brown gets it done inside.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Pistons.
They get it back.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Now, here's Thompson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Atlanta.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Bounce pass from Cunningham. No good from outside. And so Simons will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Here's White. The kick out to Brown. Left side Simons. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here are the Pistons now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Thompson outside. Simons against Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from 12. Launches it. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Stewart's got the lead up to 4 now for the Pistons.
Well, this is exactly what this team needs Stewart to be doing. Using his size to get second chance points.
Brown finds Simons. Boucher with a screen on Cunningham. Simons from outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Simons has got 9 points.
That's his third triple of the night, forcing the defense to extend out.
Cunningham inside, covered by Simons. He gets it in there. Cunningham's got 4 points this quarter.
Big night for Cunningham. This is why he went first overall. Cade can take over a game.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Boston making a switch here. Cade is checked in, and a switcher also for Detroit. Harris is checked in. Back to White. Brown outside. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And here are the Pistons. They're on a 16-7 run. Cunningham kicks to Stewart. Misses the three. Celtics trail by 3. Simons surveying the D. When you think about clutch players, Greg, you think scoring. But is that accurate, or can clutch be in any facet of the game?
It's in all phases. And you think of guys who always seem to come up with that crucial rebound or that big-time stop. Being clutch comes down to will as much as skill.
And the first one at the line is good. Former dunk contest champion Anthony Simons. Greg, also a threat from deep.
Yeah, over half his shots coming from long range. I mean, he's not exactly a point guard or a lockdown defender, but if you need a bucket, that he can provide.
And Anthony Simons cut his teeth under Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, Stan. Some pretty good mentors.
You aren't kidding, Kevin, and I think going up against those guys in practice every day, watching them every night, and being another guard who has to score the ball, he couldn't have learned from anybody better. And Anthony Simons now a tough guy to stop.
Here's Cunningham following the three-pointer by Boston. And they double up Cunningham. And the dunk by Stewart.
Well, where was the defense? You can't let a big man like Stewart get this deep.
Boston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Cade, the pass to Simons. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Pistons trail by 3. And they double up Cunningham. Harris kicks to Robinson. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
Robinson in the mix, coming right back.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. On the wing, Brown. Here's Cade. It's hauled in by Stewart.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Harris. The rebound by Cade. Cade's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Simons the pass to Brown. Fires from 18. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics. Duren, he's checked in for Detroit. Pass to Cunningham. And they double up Cunningham. Thompson misses.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And whenever Harris is aggressive like this, I think it's for the best because he has that ability to attract contact.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Staying over the course of his career, Tobias Harris has shown a willingness to embrace various roles.
Well, look, Kevin, Tobias Harris is not only a highly skilled player, but he is a team-oriented, win-first, veteran guy, totally unselfish, and will just figure out a way that he needs to help any team he's on get to where they want to go.
Now here's White. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. Brown, no good. Cunningham outside. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And they double up Cunningham. Clock at 4 for 3. Harris gets the three-pointer to fall. Harris has got 5 points now this quarter.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Pass to White. There's a good screen. Down low, Cade. And now he jams it right over Tobias Harris. Wow!
Yeah, and guys, when White's got the ball in his hands, you can count on him to make the right decision with it.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected Cam. Now, here's Cunningham. 20 points for him. Inside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Celtics trail by 3. Brown outside. Back to Pritchard. Connects from three-point range. Pritchard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the middle, here's Cunningham. Makes it off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 2.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Here's Pritchard. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Well, Brown is always looking to score, but he's far from a selfish player, and he will move the ball, too.
1:22 left in the second quarter. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you guys.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Here's Pritchard. Following the bucket by the Pistons. Out to White. Takes a three. Thompson with the rebound. Detroit's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Robinson, that's good.
After hitting 0 threes in the first half, he's got a couple now. You can see the confidence building.
There's 42 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Walsh. There's Brown with the three. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three.
And Brown doesn't mind getting roughed up on the way up. In fact, he embraces it.
This is his third trip to the free throw line.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he hits the first of 3.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And he sinks the second.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points. Pistons leading by 3. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Robinson, that's good.
And he's now made 3 three-pointers here in the second, starting to get it going.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Thompson sends it back. Here's Cunningham. And that one released in time, but no good. And so is Detroit with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so is our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
And you know, for that matchup with the Heat, they'll have the advantage coming in, but it's not like they're infallible. I mean, no one is.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it's a favorable matchup, but the game, last time I checked, was played on hardwood. All right, looking back now at that first half, a bit of a hill to climb for the Celtics.
One thing that's helped tonight, their three-point shooting. Those triples add up fast, don't they, Kenny?
That's why I shoot them. If they have 4s, I take them too. But here's one thing. You have to have floor balance, and you have to really create clean look stuff.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
Pistons leading by 6. On the court for the Pistons, Harris steps in at the 4 with Duran at the center spot. Cade Cunningham out there with Robinson. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
What strength right there from Duren. Just powering through the foul.
And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jaylen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebound. Well, look, it seems like every time Jaylen Duren is on the floor, he's looking to outdo himself, to raise his own standards as a player. I really like that about him.
A shot by Pritchard, no good.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Now, here's Cunningham. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
Brown with it. He's covered by Thompson. Outside, White for 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 4 assists now tonight.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And the Celtics with possession here, following the 3 by Detroit. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. Thompson the bounce pass. Cunningham for 3. That shot off the mark. Celtics trail by 10. Pass to Pritchard. At the elbow, it's Brown. Out to White. 5 to shoot. Here's Walsh. And again, Boston with the triple.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Left side, Harris. Picked away. Brown against Thompson. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to White. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Outside, Robinson. Cunningham outside. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. Here's Duren. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's White. 20 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Oh, look at that. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Detroit with the ball, following the bucket by the Celtics.
And how about they don't waste any time matching that throwdown with one of their own.
A show of their determination right there. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Let's take a second to see the teams that have been the toughest inside this season so far. The Pistons second.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Now, here's Brown. He's got 17. To the inside. Here's Cade.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
It's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. It's a three-point game. Inside. Robinson passes to Duren. And they pick up 2.
Well, Duren is a strong big man. And you see that muscle on display with finishes like these.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pistons.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
That's been all night long. And also dominating the offensive boards, and that's been winning them a lot of extra looks at the hoop.
Well, a lottery pick back in 2022. Jalen Duren brings energy to this team. A big frame, toughness down low.
White the pass to Brown. And a miss there on the triple.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
To the middle. And finished off by Brown.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
Here's Cunningham. He's got 24. Takes the 13-footer. Pass to Thompson. Here's Harris. Down low. 5 on the clock. And Duren slams it in.
Well, Duren has those long arms. Terrific rebounder at both ends.
Celtics trail by 6. Brown with it. He's got 19. To the paint. Here's Cade. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Harris outside. To Cunningham. The shot by Thompson. No one's around. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Brown outside. White setting the pick for Brown. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Azar Thompson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Simons, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Jenkins, he's checked in for Cade Cunningham. To the left side wing. Clock at 6. Boston needs to get off a shot. Here's White. Boston again missing.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here is Harris. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Jenkins. The three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 7. To the middle. Simons, the pass to Pritchard. Outside, Robinson. Off target from outside. That's a 2 from Simons. They get the rebound. Simons on the wing. Drives to the hoop. Out left to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pick. That's a 2 from Pritchard. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Down low. Thompson in the corner. Shot on the wing. Rebound by the Celtics. Cade's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. It's White on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. Pritchard, and it's good for 2. Pritchard's got 5.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Pistons leading by 5. Thompson outside. Outside, Robinson. He's looking for Duren and finds him. Back to Robinson. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for White. Averaging 17 points per game, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
Chris Boucher's checked in for the Celtics. LeVert's checked in for the Pistons. Outside, White. Boucher sets a screen for White. To the left wing. Pass to Pritchard. Boucher sets a screen for White. And the dunk by Boucher.
Well, that's what White's out there to do. Share the ball and make everybody better.
Pistons leading by 3. Now, here is Robinson. And here is Duren. Now Jenkins fires from deep. A rebound by Simon. Pass to Walsh. And here's Boucher. And Simon's wide open. He'll fight. And it's all evened up. He's got 17.
Well, you see that quick release. And Simon's right on the money.
And Jenkins kicks to LeVert. Here's Robinson. It's LeVert on the wing. Light covering. Baseline J on the way. And that one goes long. Boston's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And, well, Detroit shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3. Robinson against Simon. The Pistons working the ball around now. That shot wide open. LeVert's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to earn it.
Pritchard gets the bucket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Duren. Now here's Jenkins. Robinson for 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Well, this is Robinson at his best. He can really do damage off the catch.
And Duncan Robinson, one of the more efficient three-point marksman coach in this league.
Yeah, look, Kevin, Duncan Robinson built his game around his three-point shooting, and the threat of the 3 has drawn more defensive attention, and Duncan Robinson has learned to make plays for other people based on the defense that he sees a much improved all-around basketball.
And that one drops. And it's a 3-point Detroit lead.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
36 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Simons. He's got 17. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Thompson. 12 seconds left to play in the third. To the wing on the left. An offensive rebound. Duren. And Duren slams it in.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Pistons ahead, up by 5. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Chris Boucher, Jaylen Brown out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Sam Hauser, and it's Minot in at the power forwards position. That's the Boston Five. Here's Holland, pass to Ivy. Here's Holland, Cunningham on the wing. And there's the whistle, illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Simons with the screen on Ivy. Brown putting it on the deck. Nice move. And he lays it up and in. Brown's got 21.
Offense is coming easy and often for Brown tonight. He is dialed in. They should keep giving it to him.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Inside, here's Stewart, and the dunk by Stewart.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And Simons has got the ball here for Boston. Three-pointer. Holland with the rebound. Detroit leading by 5. To the inside. Stewart banked in off the glass. Stewart's got 4 this quarter.
Well, this is where Stewart should look to score. He can be very effective down low.
And it's Jaden Ivey with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Outside, Simons. Over in the corner, Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Simons with the screen on Ivy. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Holland the pass to Cunningham. Here's Holland from the arc. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. On the wing, Brown. Crafty move. Pass to Boucher. Here's Hauser. Busted. No good that time either. Detroit leading by 7. Cunningham looking it over. Stewart with the screen on Simon. And here's Stewart. Off target from 3-point range. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Outside, Simon. Brown the pass to Hauser. Ivy against Brown. Trying to end the drought. Brown, quick first step.
Yeah, and there's his patience paying off. Brown waited until the right moment to go on the offensive.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. The Celtics making a switch here. Cade is checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. Harris is checked in. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
All right, Allie, thank you. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. It's stolen by Brown. Here's Hauser. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
LeVert finds Cunningham. Back to LeVert. A 3-ball. Detroit, no good that time either.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
And guys, really no surprise to see Brown flourishing on offense. He is just fearless on that end.
Pistons leading by 3. Cunningham on the wing. And they double up Cunningham. And the dunk by Stewart.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Boston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. And the call will be against Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Boston making some changes. Walsh is checked in. And Derek White subbed in for Sam Hauser. Then for the Pistons, Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Thompson comes in for Karis LeVert. Robinson is subbed in for Ivy. Here's Cade. White setting the pick for Pritchard. Shot clock at 5. From about 16, Boston, no good that time either. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And slam dunk by Harris.
A solid athlete with a good vertical. Harris knows how to get inside and hammer it home.
And so it's Boston with it. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here he goes. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Pistons leading by 7. Harris finds Robinson. Here's Duren. And a wide open look for Cunningham. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Pass to Cunningham. Pistons passing it around. Harris outside. Tips it up, and Duren is right there. Duren's got 16 points here in the second half.
Well, give credit to Duren's teammates. They know he's got the hot hand, and they're feeding him the ball.
To the paint. Here's Cade. Rebounded by the Pistons. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, we've seen Tobias do this for years. Figure out different ways to score it, including via the free throw line.
2 shots.
That's good from Harris.
Well, one thing you notice about Tobias Harris, he is a worker, a true professional who just wants to do the best job he can for his team, and we've seen the results over the years.
And Harris drops them both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Pritchard passes to White. Back to Pritchard. Here's the screen. Right side, White. 4 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Pistons leading by 11. Robinson kicks to Cunningham. Harris outside. Thompson from long range. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
How much power from Jaylen Duren. Good.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Cade. Back to Pritchard. They need this. It's hauled in by Harris.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Down low and slam dunk by Harris.
How about that finish? by Harris. He sees his opening and does not hesitate to rise up and be free.
Celtics trail by 15. Now here's Brown. Pass to Cade. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Pritchard against Cunningham. 6 to shoot. This one for 3.
And they've gone ice cold from the outside as they're trying to cut into this deficit. The three-point percentage much worse this half than it was in the first.
Boston shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And finished off by Brown.
And what a player Jaylen Brown has become. My goodness.
Detroit leading by 13. Outside Robinson. Harris kicks to Thompson. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
It's Brown on the wing. Here's White. Lets loose a 3. It's good.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Now Robinson. Cunningham with it.
And they were perfect turnover-wise in the first half, but it's all gone downhill from there in this second.
Celtics trail by 10, and we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla.
Timeout.
Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Brown against Thompson. White outside. And the 3 misses.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Here's Robinson. Harris. No good on the layup. Outside Brown. And they double up Brown. Here's Cade, guarded by Harris. Now Brown, down to 5 on the shot clock. White fires, knocks down the 3.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Pistons leading by 7. And here's Cunningham. Puts it up from 17. Not gonna go. And here's Boston. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Outside Brown. And they double up Brown. Shot clock at 6. Pritchard. And down goes the 3.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Now Duran, and he slams it down with a one-arm hammer.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Boston.
1:11 left in the 4th quarter. Brown leaves it in off the window.
Well, we all know this about Jaylen Brown. He will work incredibly hard to get the big bucket.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for Detroit. 4-point game. Pulls up. Book it.
He is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Duran with the screen on Pritchard. Cunningham. Off target from outside. Here's Boston. Pritchard fires. And that won't go. Missing the go-ahead basket. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions. Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Two seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Launches it. Rebounded by Thompson. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And that's an intentional foul.
Peyton Pritchard. 4th personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for the Pistons.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. Here's Boston now. They're on a 15-5 run. He's off from 3. And they go to the intentional foul.
2nd personal foul. 4th team foul. At the line for the Pistons, Thompson, 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Brown! The long shot, no good. And so it's Detroit with the W. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm